Then the next match, at least we get to save some time. Pockets versus Pac. And the only reason I watched any of this is because I heard that it had a really botched finish, right? So I thought, well, I'll skip ahead to that. And poor Pac, I think he could have been a contender. He's got a great physique. He does that thing where he has to take 10 or 15 seconds to get his balance on the top rope. Why a guy that works like that, has a body like that, whatever the fuck's jumping off the top rope is beyond me anyway. But he's got physical potential. If he had somebody training, coaching, producing, whatever, he does good shit. He looks like a badass. He's got a great physique. He does the same goofy indie style shit that a lot of the other guys do and all the dives and everything, and that takes away from it. But he could have been, you could buy this guy as somebody. But between the bad booking, he had to take a long break for COVID because he's international talent. Now they're booking him in a fucking comedy match with the goddamn mascot. I'm embarrassed for anybody that has to put up with this minor league. That's what he reminds me of. Pockets is a minor league baseball mascot, just with no funny, floppy, furry head on. It's funny for 30 seconds if you've got a hot dog and you're not really paying close attention. But if you have to watch this guy for 15 minutes with nothing else to do, what the fuck, right? So, of course, they give this goof 15 minutes of national TV. So I fast-forwarded it, and Pockets was laid out and unconscious, and I said, okay, something's happened, so I backed it up. Apparently, this is what happened. Pac does a head palm shoot-off. Just puts his hand on the back of this clown's head, and immediately the clown runs into the ropes. And he super kicked him, and it looked pretty convincing. So that might have been it, because he went down and stayed there, but immediately Pac snatched him up, gut-wrenched him, power-bombed him right on top of his fucking head. So that could have been it. And because that's not supposed to be the finish, old Pockets turns his shoulder and does kind of a weak kick out, and then referee Aubrey starts checking on him. And then Pac kicks him out to the floor, and they go to the break. But they still have picture-in-picture. Brian, for once, I watched the picture-in-picture. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, my God. The referee tells Pac, hey, he's fucked up. She checks on him. Pac is running around killing time. Referee Aubrey starts counting him out, slowly. But Pockets beats the count. But still can't do it. He's still fucking practically jelly-legged. So they've got the chance. Pac covers him, 2 count, kick out. And then Pac gets a long headlock, and then they started having a match again. How can they not stop this? I wasn't worried about Pockets' well-being. I wish brain damage on this annoying fuck. I don't give a fuck. But it was horribly fake pro wrestling on television. They're having a fight, an athletic contest, a wrestling match, whatever you want to call it, and one guy is knocked down and can't continue. Doesn't that mean the other guy wins? Even if it's not supposed to be the finish? How else can you do it? It was 20 seconds that Steve Austin was paralyzed and Owen Hart figured out a way to fucking wander around and back up and fall over him. This was a 3-minute commercial break, and they tried to start a match again, but he couldn't do it. And then by the time they're back, he still can't go. And then by then, the Booker of the Year has thought of a brilliant way out of this. Instead of just telling the referee on the IFB, ring the bell, he can't continue. If we have to, we'll rematch it next week. He might have brain damage. We're not sure. They already had one motherfucker break his neck on their television program 3 weeks ago and not sell it and continue on. So anyway, it was horribly fake because it was obvious that they were trying to kill time. And then the Booker of the Year sends out Don Callis to distract the referee so Twinkle Toes can come in and knock Pac out with the belt 5 feet behind the referee's back, but she doesn't hear that. And then she turns around and both of them are laying there. And she goes, what happened? Remember when referee Aubrey, we used to say at the start, she has some authority to her. Well, they finished that off. So then she counts both of them out and then goes to check on Pockets again because she knows he's really hurt, as opposed to the other guy laying there face down who's working hurt. And then Callis and Harpo are happy that they've got no opponent for the pay-per-view until Tony Schiavone comes out to make the new pay-per-view match, which was the old pay-per-view match because apparently they have told everybody it was supposed to be a 20-minute draw. These assholes were going to go another 5 minutes of this shit. And then it was going to be a 3-way for the title with Pac and Pockets versus Twinkle Toes. Oh, joy, oh, bliss. Because everybody knows that'll sell the pay-per-view out. So the Booker of the Year couldn't think fast enough to just get his potentially brain-damaged fucking wrestler out of the ring. He left him in it through a commercial break and trying to start a match for another 3 minutes or so before they could figure out a way to come out and hoke it up any further and make it look worse. And now they are actually having a match on a pay-per-view that people have to spend money for their world championship, with Twinkle Toes defending against Pac and Pockets in a world championship match. Let that sink in. If he makes it, because he may be in an iron lung by then, because who knows how badly he may have been hurt. We can all cross our fingers and hope it's whichever way you want it to go. Was that the stupidest bunch of shit you've ever seen in your life?
It was up there. I don't know about the stupidest, but now we get a 3-way match, Orange Cassidy versus Pac versus Kenny Omega.
How many times would I have thrown a shoe through the TV screen if I'd have watched the actual match that led up to the botch?
Twice, because then you would have run out of shoes.
Good point. Okay. And then Adam Page did a promo, and the whole Dork Order was around him. Colt Cabana is getting paid for this, folks. I'm kind of happy for Colt at this point. He's getting paid to sit there in the back row and stare at a bunch of these fucking goofs that are just happy to be on television as they surround Adam Page as a literal visual albatross around his neck, keeping him from becoming the star that he may at one point should have been, because now he's in the middle of a bunch of fucking interchangeable mass job guys. And Page wants somebody in Team Taz, but I didn't pay attention because this whole group makes the oddities look like the Four Horsemen. So fuck that.
He wants Brian Cage because Brian Cage beat him on TV.
Oh, that's right. Cage and Page. And yeah, with the other Cage and the other Page.